Guys, I think this is going to be the greatest ever video on YouTube. Let's not waste any time, let's jump into it, and I think we're gonna have a lot of goofs. So first of all, I think I owe you guys an explanation before we begin. As stated in my last video, the battery on my laptop that I do all my videos on basically crapped the bed, and I couldn't do anything on it for like a week and a half until it came back. But we're here now, we're ready now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Also, one more thing. I drew, and get this one, a new world map for my videos. Look at it. I love it. The design is great. It's sleek. It's fun. All the coastlines are correct. Look at that whoosh by. It's insane. Have you ever seen a map this good? I hand drew it. It's colored. Let's do it again. Check that out. This is insane. This is the greatest thing ever. I love it. Holy crap, it's young oil slick. Oh my god, it's young oil slick. Cambodia is up first. It's located here in Southeast Asia. Its largest port is here, aka Sihanoukville, population 90,000 people. Their capital is also here, which is called Phnom Penh, I think. Population 2.1 million. Really, I thought it was more than that. Like, usually Southeast Asian countries have pretty high populations, but alas. Anywho, their coastline is 290 miles long, and for a country with a land area of 70,000 square miles, I don't actually think their coastline is the worst. I actually have a pretty good opinion of it, and you'll see why in a second. Plus, Cambodia has a lot of rivers that run through the country, which adds to the proportion score in my opinion. As stated, proportion to me is a-okay because they have a relatively proportional coastline as well as the river system, which is often used to navigate the country, and also have what's called floating markets, which is a common practice in Southeast Asia, where sellers set up shop along popular riverbanks and people can swim by on their boats and buy stuff. Imagine a farmer's market, but everybody is on boats. Shape as well is actually not only good but better than a lot of other countries. In the south of the country, the coastline forms what's called a natural harbor, which means that the coastline forms a circular, almost scooping shape, where, in terms of harbor and port services, Mother Nature kind of does it for you. Not only that, but it's also surrounded by small barrier islands, which makes it more difficult for large enemy ships to easily navigate to the natural harbor. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Location is where the gravy train stops. Southeast Asia is a hotbed for port action because of all the islands and peninsulas, but Cambodia never got a slice of the port cake, since it's mostly overshadowed by Singapore to the south, one of the busiest and most strategic ports in the world. Location I have to give an to because it's not the most productive on the world stage. Verdict 6.8 out of 10. Holo Card Edition, wo kore wa sugoi nihongo ga hanemasen. Ukraine is located here in Eastern Europe, and you already might see something off with it, and that's for good reason. It doesn't directly border an ocean, it borders the Black Sea, Crimea or not. Trust me, we'll get into that in a bit. Not only that, but a river splits the country in half, and technically it can get to the Atlantic via the Mediterranean because of the Bosphorus, the little strait of water between Greece and Turkey splitting the Black Sea from the Atlantic. The river, by the way, is the Dnieper River, I think. I don't know if that's like a pterodactyl situation where the first letter is silent. Anyways, so that's fun. Now, let's get on to the meat of the stuff. Ukraine's main port is here, the city of Odessa, population around 1 million or so. And yes, to all my Texan viewers, that is indeed a place in Texas as well. Their capital is located along the Dnieper, the city of Kiev, population 3 million. Well, now it's supposed to be called Kiev. Kiev used to be the sort of English version, I think. Maybe I got those flipped. We already went through the coastline, so the length is around 1,700 miles, which is surprisingly good. Ukraine's actually a pretty large country. For a country whose land area is 232,000 miles, Ukraine does not play around. Proportion is good as well as shape. Now location, oh boy, this is where the fun begins. Enter Crimea. Crimea is this peninsula right here, which is the site of a brain-melting controversy, so who better to cover it than the goofy American dog? Guys, nationality jokes are okay if you're the one doing them. If we zoom in, we can see that Crimea would already make an excellent port and also has a very confusing amount of islands and spits. Crimea had been inhabited by various different groups of people over the years, such as ancient Greeks, the Rus people, Tatars, Cossacks, you name it, they were there. Now look at it again and think of the different ethnic groups and you'll start to see some of the problem arise. In my simplified version, Russia is over here in the Caucasus, so I guess I should stretch it out more. There we go, that doesn't look terrible at all. And in 2014, Russian forces invaded, annexing Crimea from Ukraine. They took the whole peninsula. I was just too lazy to finish in coloring it red. Ever since then, there's been a controversy among pro-Ukrainian supporters and pro-Russian supporters, so that's fun. Hey, I'm saying the word Crimea. Just kidding, it's Kosovo as well. I'm saying two controversial words. Dude, go home. No one wants you here. You got your own video. Well, soon enough anyways. Sorry about that, guys. I had to put in some saucy international commentary. Yeah, I know, I'm a scamp. Okay, here's the list of why my gross oversimplification should not be used officially. Now that we got that out of the way, to this day, years later, bickering still ensues over whether Crimea is part of Ukraine or Russia. Or maybe it should just belong to Mother Earth, man. Come on, why can't we just stop fighting, guys? Like, come on. Location is good. With Crimea, it's an 8.7 out of 10, and without it, it's a 6.4 out of 10. Crimea is just way too good to pass by, so I'm gonna have a bit, kind of give Ukraine kind of a big boost in a score, so... Costa Rica, where's it at? Right here in Central America. I think it has the same problem as Cambodia in that it's overshadowed by Panama right next door, but what do I know? I mean, Panama is kind of famous for the canal. Costa Rica's main port is here, called Limon, population 61,000. Hey, like I keep saying, I didn't take Spanish in school, don't blame me. Their capital, curiously, isn't located by the coast, but actually here in the center, called San Jose, population 342,000. They have the benefit of a two-ocean coastline at 800 miles of it, to be exact. The land area is 20,000 square miles, so the coastline is, dare I say, a bit much, actually. Their proportion is good, so I'll give it the good rating. I have nothing else to say about that. Location. The Panama Canal is over here in the red, which I think is what makes Panama sort of wear the pants in the canal relationship. And to be honest, I don't think Costa Rica likes it, since it's too mountainous for one to be built through it easily. Like, can you imagine a bunch of sweaty, disease-ridden, underpaid workers and miners digging a canal here, and then frickin' Teddy Roosevelt going down there being like, guys, come on, what the heck, idiots, go next door. Shape is also good, since the East Coast is kind of smooth and plain and whatnot, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give the location sort of a more iffy rating, for a reason that I don't want to have to give, but I'll say it. I don't think Costa Rica is in a very good location for water travel. I'm sorry, I don't want to have to say it. Costa Rica is in a good location for things like natural resources, however, because the dense Central American jungle is absolutely packed with resources like sugar, nanners, pineapples, cocoa, and more. But it comes at the cost of a poor quality of life index, poor governance, and drug trafficking groups. But I can't judge Costa Rica too hard since I'm a sucker for Central American countries. 7.2 out of 10. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, or the DRC, because holy god, too many words, is a strange place, and it's here. Wow, what a big country in the center of Africa. It's huge. Their main port is here, Matadi, population 300,000. Their capital, curiously enough, is up here, Kinshasa, population 14.5 million. Juicy population there, DRC. This tiny little coast is all they have, no joke. Though it technically does go a little farther up in the form of the Congo River, which isn't the little mark I made, it actually goes up the entire western length of the country. The coast only measures in at 24 miles, compared to a giant land area of 900,000 square miles. This is nuts for so many reasons. Alright, first of all, there's 36,000 times more land area than with their only other claim to fame being the Congo River. Proportion is definitely a no. Hey, just like Iraq from last time, remember that? The panhandle that juts out from the DRC to the ocean is because of the DRC's old European colonial master Belgium, who needed access to the ocean to help support the humongous colony. No surprise there. The shape is actually a plus because not only is the prime coastline smooth and able to be managed without any tombolos or anything, but the southern end doesn't just merge with the land south of it into Angola. It's a river that actually travels up and out. Location is also fantastic because the Congo River and Little Ocean Port tremendously helps with the exports and imports. Speaking of which, the DRC's location is fantastic because of all the resources packed into the country, including but not limited to diamonds, gold, literally any other metal or ore, oil, bananas, nuts, peas, and like yams and things like that, a tremendous amount of lumber, etc. Overall, the huge land area combined with the tiny port gives it a very low score, but the crazy thing among the resources is that they all really help boost the score, which I had to lump in, so 6.4 out of 10. Montenegro, what a wonderfully odd place. Here it is on a map of southeastern Europe. Yummy. Unfortunately, though, it had the curse of southern Europe like Italy, where if we block off the Strait of Gibraltar and the Suez Canal as well, Montenegro is essentially trapped in, but, you know, that's nothing new. Their main port is here, which is called Bar, which is just the name. Population 18,000. Their capital is here, Podgorica, population 186,000. Their coastline is small at only 183 miles, but I think it's a decent size for a country of this stature at 5.3 thousand miles in land area, so proportion is good. I don't have any real quarrels there. Shape is actually really good, and just like Cambodia, it has the harbor virtue. Summon magnifying glass. Oh, where did you go? Load projection. What you're looking at here is that part where the glass zoomed into. There are so many natural harbors here. I love it. If an enemy or three decides it's time to show up, Montenegro has geography on their side. They can simply send in ships to guard these straits and voila, multiple natural harbors have been closed off, leaving their inhabitants safe and the enemy to be left outside of it. Location is also good, because Montenegro has the advantage of being located along the Adriatic Sea, so while they can't easily maneuver about in the main Atlantic, they can just about get anywhere in the Mediterranean just by going south a little bit. Reminds me of Yugoslavia, huh? Rest in peace. Pieces. They're gone now. They've been gone for a long while. Oh boy, Yugoslavia. Remember them? 8.7 out of 10. Sečete se Jugoslavie? Tu je bilo pre malo vremena, zar ne? Well, that was today's video, friends. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Good luck with any of your aspirations or anything you're going to do. And I hope to see you all next time, so tune in soon. But before we go, I have one more trick up my sleeve. I'm going to try and see if I can do this. Check this one out, okay? I'm going to get the pen ready. Get ready to hear some nice mouse clicking ASMR. Alright, whoa, oh, check this out, this is insane, whoa, what the heck is going on here? How is this happening? Oh, what the heck? This is insane! How is this even happening? This is through a screen, oh, what the heck? What?